Hey y'all. Hey, what's up? This is Ifaso Tito. I don't say my name a lot. I should start saying it. It's Ifaso Tito. All right. Okay. And I'm here because I wanted to talk a little bit about some couple things I saw on TikTok. I usually put my thoughts over there, but I'm starting to think that I should start putting more of my thoughts here too, because I feel like some people will be able to benefit from this message. So there's this young lady named AlexReadsTarot, and apparently she has decided that she was no longer going to read for you motherfuckers. She was packing that shit the fuck back up, and that she was going to follow her savior Jesus Christ wherever the hell he was going to take her, and that was it. And she has the online spiritual community, specifically the tarot community, in a frenzy, and everybody's trying to figure out what were her reasons for leaving. Was it because of a man? Was it because she got scared? And this. And as somebody who had to also make a decision to no longer interact with the EFI and Hoodoo community, as it is on TikTok and other platforms, and I mean slowly but surely, like, transitioning out of any type, like, I'm not even going to do a reply. I would just say this. I think that there's a very big misconception when it comes to, like, the spiritual community as a whole, and the fact that there's this belief that it's a safe space, but that's the most performative ass bullshit that we have been pushing. And I'm pretty sure that there are probably a lot of people who feel exactly like AlexReadsTarot, but they just don't have the balls to come out and say it, because at the end of the day, a lot of them have been able to make money off of the engagement and the services that they have been able to offer, especially since after, the pandemic, or I should say post-pandemic, and when we were at home, it has become a lucrative business for a lot of people. Spirituality been performative. And unfortunately, the people who have been struggling in these spaces have had to continue to be performative, because that's how they were able to keep their engagement. I had a very traumatic experience interacting with the online community of EFI and with the ATR community as a whole. There are a lot of liars, there are a lot of scammers, there are a lot of perpetrators. And when you are somebody who is trying their best to navigate a system that you didn't even really realize that you even had to navigate, it can take a toll on you. And ultimately, it will get to a point to where it does feel like, did I make the right decision doing this? When I saw the things that were happening to me, when I realized that I was like no longer safe, even with the people that I had joined the house with, I also saw that there were people that EFI, or the priest within EFI, or the priest within Ocha, and the priest in Haitian Voodoo literally told me that these people were not good for me, and that there was no need to rekindle any relationship, become fully initiated into the very religions that told me that they wasn't shit. I say, wait, what the fuck is going on here? What's happening here? How many ceremonies do I have to sit in to be told that every single priest and every single practitioner I came across was some bullshit? So who's to say that Alex did not have the same experience, where every person she was coming across, when it came to this tarot shit, when it came to this spiritual shit, even when it came to you motherfuckers as customers, that it didn't get to a point to where that bitch was spiritually broken. And she felt that the only way that I could ever rebuild this up is probably look at this as one big ass mistake. Shit ain't sitting right because this is not feeling good. And so I know how she feels. Because at one point I felt the exact same way. I felt the exact same way. That I went too far. I went too deep. I should have just been working with my ancestors. Why the fuck did I take that first ceremony? Why the fuck did I want to get my hand to E5 for? Why did I do that? Why did I even want to initiate into any of this shit? Because all it did was introduce me to fuck ass people. If this shit is for me, why is it so hard? If this shit is for me, why is every bit of my life being turned upside down and I'm barely catching a fucking break? I understand the feeling. I understand it. Now, mind you, I'm also going off of some assumptions too, but you know, if a bitch is gonna rock with her intuition, I'm gonna rock with it. The only difference between me and Alex right now is that Alex is turning back to the church. I'm not. I've come to realize there ain't no fucking religion gonna fix shit. All this shit is some bullshit. Every single one of them got to be deconstructed. There's no one is better than the other. We have to stop that bullshit. All of it's been affected by colonization. All of it's been affected by misogyny and patriarchy. All of it's been affected by homophobia. All of it's been affected by transphobia. All of this has been affected by elitism and ableism. All of it has. Ain't shit perfect. So ain't no point of running back to the fucking church. Ain't nothing there for me. If Jesus want to hang out with Marisha, then guess what? He know he gonna have to leave the walls of that church in order to be with me. And from my past experience, it looks like he was able to do that. So I know I don't need to go. And I know that's gonna be some hard for some people to realize, but then it ain't for you to like. And that's another thing too. It's what happens in my journey ain't for your bitch ass to conceptualize or understand, ho. It ain't for you. So no, you were never meant to understand why she chose to do what the fuck she did. Oh, as long as she understands why, then that's all that fucking matters. That's all that matters. Now, I personally would not take my ass back to the church. But maybe right now she needs some type of regrounding. Maybe she needs to return back to something that is going to allow her to get a clearer vision as to how to move back forward. Maybe that's something that where she saw the most peace during her time. And you never know. Shit, maybe she got Jesus in her spiritual court. Who knows? Maybe she got a nun in her ancestral court, in her spirits, maybe she does need to spend some time back in front of that pulpit to get some healing before she's able to move. Sometimes that is what it is. Sometimes people do find healing practicing Christianity. Some people do. Some people find groundedness. Some people find stability. Ain't no point in taking away shit. Even there's times I still listen to gospel music in order to get my life together. It's the same way. There's some people who might need to go back to Islam to find some grounding. And maybe some people who might need to go back to Judaism in order to find some type of grounding. That's okay. It's okay. As long as they don't make it their ending. As long as they don't make it their ending. I find no problem with that. Sometimes some people might need that. But we have to stop. Because some of y'all probably was the fucking problem. I'm just saying, some of y'all probably were. Some of y'all probably were. So just like I said before, I don't know that girl from a can of paint. I don't know nothing. I don't follow white tail readers or spirituals like that. No shade. I don't really see too much of a reason to, especially since y'all and y'all ancestors is the whole motherfucking reason why my people couldn't practice outwardly. and y'all not gonna star seed y'all way out of that. However, I do realize that some of y'all be decent, so I let y'all do y'all thing, whatever. And if there's a time, a place that come where a bitch might need to intersect and connect, I am open to it. Okay, which is probably one of those times. Here we are. And I say this as somebody who grew up as a devout Christian, whose parents were at one point, was it Pentecostal, non-denominational, holiness. So I know all about that, and also spent and transitioned into being a daughter of a pastor. So I know what it's like to have people be in your face and telling you that the part of the reason as to why your life is fucked up, or the reasons your friends aren't working out, and that it is because you started working with magic and you started playing, tarot cards and all this. Even when I wasn't, and I was a Christian, these motherfuckers came up with reasons as to why shit wasn't together. It was because I wasn't paying tithes enough. I wasn't paying offering enough. I wasn't doing enough. Then when I became devout in something, then I was devoted to the wrong thing. It was like, when it comes to that, you're never enough. You're just lucky. That's what it means to be favored. You were lucky in regards to Christianity. So I ain't got time for that shit. But obviously she does. So more power to her. But yeah, it's a struggle. It's a struggle trying to keep faith in something that is forcing you to lose. That wants you to drop it. So yeah, you begin to question. You begin to question a lot. So it's just funny that people are treating this as if this is something that came out of nowhere, where I'm pretty sure that the people that she associated with and all that, this wasn't something that came out of nowhere. It wasn't something that came out of nowhere. So yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what's happening with AlexReadsTarot, and the fact that she is probably at a point where she's recognized that how she has currently been interacting with you motherfuckers has been detrimental to her psyche, her physical health, to her well-being, and that, and and when it comes to being awakened, you have to also make a choice that you are willing to walk a particular path alone. And with these spiritual journeys, you do have to accept the fact that there are going to be periods of time when it's just you by yourself. And I feel like for her being so young, I don't think that she has had enough life experience to accept that path. I've accepted that path as a 36 going on 37-year-old woman. I believe, she just turned 23 and that. So it was like, I'm about 13 years ahead of that girl. She has a lot more things to experience. And so, I can see why she wants to be where she can find safety, where she can find community, where she can find answers, and she's not just always depending on herself to figure shit out. And when it comes to that, part of the church community, that comes with certain standards, expectations, and aesthetics, and communal kind of like opportunities that you don't always find when you're out practicing, like, what some say new age spirituality or indigenous practices, because it's very fragmented and siloed. So, I wouldn't be shocked. And especially if she does have a desire to get married, because I know there were people that were talking about her reposts and how they were kind of geared towards like conservative, like, kind of like trad wife, coupling, things like that. And that's something that we don't talk about enough too, especially as women who practice these things. We don't always get the opportunity to actually get married and have that normal life the same way as other people may have. And that's because of our gift and because of the spirits that walk with us, and because we've dedicated ourselves to live out this divine purpose that may or may not include us, walking a journey with a partner. Some of us may have chosen a life that only will bring in somebody when we are well into our mature age. And some people aren't ready for that either. I'm halfway now. I'm trying to figure out where mine's. So I understand it. This is a tough road to go down. Everything ain't about fucking glamour magic and beauty work and spiritual baths and black walnut for a cord cutting, which is still pisses me off that that's a thing. So that's what we have to remember, friends. That the spiritual journey is ugly. It gets really ugly. It gets really ugly. And you have to be able to withstand the ugliness. Or if not, you're going to fold. You're going to fold. And you're going to fold many ways than one. Right now, what we're seeing is light work. Let's hope it stays there. And, maybe one day she will realize that, that she can do both. If she wants to have a personal relationship with Jesus, sure. But that doesn't necessarily mean that she has to give up being, a person that reads cards or, is able to provide, any type of advising or, comfort, support, and whatever. Maybe she'll get to that. And if she doesn't, then that's whatever. That just means that there's going to be somebody else and that's going to take her place. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand, is that when a job needs to be done, and it's going to get done regardless if you're going to be the one to do it, you have just been given the divine opportunity to be the one to usher it in, and so that you can receive the blessings and the favor that can come with it. If you're not going to do it, it's going to pass on to somebody else. You don't get that opportunity back. So if she chooses to not work, somebody else is going to be raised up in her place. And that's just how the universe works. So the blessings that she was supposed to get by continuing to do that work is going to be given to somebody else. And it's not to say that she won't ever find blessings. It just won't be the same blessings as that. And so that's just the balance of how, of how it works. But I understand where Alex Reads is tarot is at. I understand where she is. Because I was there. Shit, I'm kind of still am there in many ways, as to why, the video that I recorded before this, where I talked about why I chose to step away and decenter Ifa and Hoodoo from my spiritual journey, because I had to recognize that if I'm going to practice this, it can't be with the people who are currently in it. And if I'm meant to be with the house, if I'm meant to be with the community, then it's going to present himself while I'm doing my thing. I'm not searching out another person on this fucking internet. Like, the risk is not worth the reward. It's not worth it. the payout is not substantial. So I would rather just work with one person and just go about my business than to dare waste my time. Sorry to that man. But okay, I don't want to make this video too long because, like I said, I don't know too much about the young lady. Do I have any more to say? Yep. No, I don't think I do. But if anything else pop up, I'm coming right back here, y'all. We're going to get my thoughts off and we're going to talk. But yeah, honey, it's real out here. The shit that they show you online, the shit that they do, that is not the reality of what it means to go through this shit. All right. So all these pandemic motherfuckers, all these folks who came on and was able to catch clout and all that stuff, you gonna see a real reckoning in the next couple years of people, denouncing, moving, transitioning, all this shit. Because, people need to get cleared out anyway. That lets you know that there were people who, they need to be doing this shit. Y'all need to stop investing in these people who ain't really showed y'all they worth doing it anyway. Care about your soul a little more. So, yeah. All right, like, share, and subscribe. I'll talk to y'all soon. Deuces.